Absolutely not. But if I'm going to be sitting here anyway, might as well, right? What? I figured you would, yeah. Well, that's what I figured was going to happen anyway. Are you going to log in? We can be friends. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. You don't want to play with me? Well, you can make the kid play. I start playing this game, and then she's like, I'm going to have to start playing this game because you're playing this game, and then she doesn't want to play with me. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Holy frig. Can't catch a break around here. The joke's on you, child. I'm the honest one. You're probably just full of shit. Is this an auction? No. Well, that's what happens when you spend like a grand on protein powder.
It could be drugs. Okay? I could be buying crack.
That's not a good comparison.
I mean, anytime I buy something and I'm like, did I really need to spend $150 with catheters? No, but it could be crack.
That's not a responsible juxtaposition.
I didn't say it.
King's Armor.
Well, I just figured you know nothing was happening anyway. So what was the difference? You had plans to do what? You already told me what your plans were.
Maybe I was going to involve you.
Yeah.
That can't be trusted. Oh,
Yeah, you have this thing right here. There's not much to be done. The TV's broken. Hey Cap, how's it going? That seems highly unlikely. You and I both know.
we're all pretty into a choir.
You want to play a choir right now?
Oh, you're streaming?
I can turn the stream off.
No,
It doesn't
you
matter.
You ruined it.
I don't think I don't
Ruined it.
I don't think that was ever gonna happen. Because it's happening to well, I guess it's not happening tomorrow because you're going up there. But I dragged him out of his room. Actually, Mosley dragged him out of his room.
But both did not.
2 or 3 hours? Maybe. We'll see what's happening. How about you let me know when you're ready, and if it's possible for you to let me know because I'm still here. then we can make that happen. Although I do have a box right there of new stuff too. Which one is this? Worm Rest Accord? Oh, this box doesn't have the Dalmor in it. This is the one from earlier where I was able to snipe a Kilcairn, but it took them like 2 weeks to send the order. So I don't really know what was happening, but they like emailed me and they were saying like, yeah, blah blah, we can't find this bottle, something.
Whatever the hell it is you're doing over there.
That's here now. Funeral pyre vestment. Maybe.
I'm gonna play WoW.
Yeah, good. Real surprise. It's almost like you told me you were going to do that.
If I play with you, I have to talk to you.
Yeah, you might have to communicate with me.
That can't be possible.
How many farmer's hoes do I have? Do I need another farmer hoe?
You can do that with me.
Maybe,
Just not with
maybe one more.
Bill Peter. He's what we're having.
I mean, it's free. It's a free farmer hoe.
It's okay to teach them.
Chef Brigadier boots. Why does this have such a high sell rate? It's kind of weird. This seems to sell pretty frequently. Wonder why. I'll buy a bunch. Why not? They're like basically free. That's like the interesting thing about doing this shit. It's like 88 gold. That's basically free. That doesn't cost anything. Executioner's Cleaver. Oh yeah, this is the server where someone just has a billion of these. I like don't know if I want to like try to flip all these though. It'll take forever. It'll take like a year to sell all those. Ultra safe transporter gadget Zan. Can't remember what that takes to make. What does this look like? I can see someone wanting that. That's kind of cool looking. There's a couple. I'll take a couple. Crashin', thrashin', roller, controller. Ugly. How do you get that executioner's cleaver? Dropped by Kiraji Major, 1,000 needles? No, that's not. That can't be right. Dropped by random shit in classic. Contained in Blasted Lands chest. Contained in chests. I wonder how that guy got so many of those. I don't know, I might buy them. It feels like they shouldn't be that common. There's how many? 6? $400K for a Lionheart Executioner? Huh. Let me look this up on Undermine. Moonguard also has a bunch of cheap ones. One guy's got one on Greymane for 1,000,000 gold, but it's usually like 5 or 6K. But there's way too many of them that are too cheap. I don't want to fuck with that. Go kill some shit. I gotta deal with my auctions, bud. We gotta make sure we're sending this shit back in here. You know? Make some money.
Light be with you.
Gotta sell my chicken leg. Well, I kinda wanna keep it. A premium weapon. You see that shit? Chicken leg. Fucking beat him with the turkey gobbler, dude.
So that's how I got turned into a turkey.
Be careful.
You were turned into a turkey when you were born, child.
And born Wolfcraft, I literally someone caught me with a turkey blast, and then I turned into a turkey. An hour. And
Well met. Safe.
Safe travels. Axe of the Iron Price. Isn't this worth something? Just that Yeti one and that Miramichi one. That's the only ones you ever got. I feel like that's supposed to be worth more than that, but... Plundered Mogu Scepter. Tome of Polymorph Black Cat. Isn't this the vendor price? There's 3. No, it's okay. That reminds me, we should check the vendors real quick. I need to set up another vendor guy, but I don't know where to send them right now. You have any money? No, I don't have any money.
Greetings.
There's another black cat here.
Farewell.
Gonna have enough black cats to put a black cat on every fucking server.
Well met. For the alliance.
Help you find something? Be careful.
Greetings. Go with honor, friend.
You guys think we're gonna get a fucking dress today? $1 million dress.
I am listening.
No.
Be careful.
A dress, yeah. This specialty dressmaker, this chick, she has 3 limited time white items. And one of them spawns like once a month. And it goes for like $1 mil.
Good luck, friend.
What server was I on? I think this one. I already got one dress. I got one of the ones that goes for like 50k. But those ones are more common. What's happening? All my inventory is full. Derp. What is this thing? That thing's never gonna sell. Where did this come from? I paid 2 gold for it at some point. Okay. I don't think that thing is gonna sell, but you know, you never know. Actually, you know what? For that much money, I'm gonna put it in the vendor. I'm not sure where this came from either. Let's just get rid of these. Like, rings are not going to sell. What's this? Neck. Okay.
Good fortune to our friends.
Oh. Crack open one of these dirty schooners, dude. That's so many leftovers.
Need help? Light bless you. Light be with you. Go.
Womp womp. Womp womp. And the tankards are really tanking. Oh, it's paused. No wonder it's stuck. Look at all the tankards. Holy shit. Recipe flask of supreme power. Hmm. Hot cellar right there. The server sucks.
Don't say.
Well met. Safe travels.
Or if I got rid of any of my herbs.
You need something? Farewell.
Womp womp. Fucking ban your ass. Strong drafts mini locked. That's a name right there. Hey, the classic name. Delete me later. Anything good here? I could do for some good stuff. Raptor hide belt. Kazon's Mall. Mario mallet. Blood spattered shield of the quick blade. Rustic voodoo wand of the fever flare. Maybe. Wait, these glimmers are a thing. Give me that. Give me that shit. Give me it. Finding selected auction. It doesn't exist. I've been controlled. Somebody bought those glimmers. I knew it. Oh, did I get it? I think I got it. Faded spirit wrencher cage. Okay. Stubby talon blade. This definitely has shares a model with something, but the friggin' bee staff is still here. The bees. Think someone will buy the bee staff? Got bees coming out of it. Give her a go, you know. Ancient Plans War Sword of Seer Drow. Seer Darrow. Frightened Bush Chicken. Does this really sell? 35k. Sells rate is fucking disgustingly low. Frightened Bush Chicken. Where does that come from? I'm gonna be informed. Frightened Bush Chicken. Contained in Pilgrim's Bounty. Oh, this is in the Thanksgiving boxes. Yeah, we shouldn't buy this right now. Bing bing.
Need help?
Looking for something specific?
Be careful.
This is the wrong guy. Let's see what we have to see here. What did we do? What did we do? 15k and okay, so we got rid of all the umbral. I think that's all the bruiseweed too. Average buy is 319. Market's pushing higher. What is happening here? Get me in. Do I have some in the bank? I do. Our shenanigans are working. Get that in there. This fireweed thing is never going to work, though. I mean, that's really cheap. But what am I paying for this right now? $1. $1. These Draenor herbs are just so god awful. What's my cost on these? Who fuck knows? This is really cheap. What's my cost on these? Frost. 72. See, I don't know what I should be paying for Draenor fucking herbsmen. They're fucking dog shit. Like 50 silver makes sense. So I feel like I want to cut the bottom of the market off, but not by a lot. We can average down, that's good. Like, what's my cost on these? 67. See, I can't really even average down on this. Like, I could buy these, I guess. That's an average down. Earth root. I mean, that's a deal. The old peace bloom, eh? Someone keeps posting major oil for like dog shit. Siren's pollen. Cruise weed is freaking up. Why is gold thorn so cheap? Oh, it's just one. It's a baiter. That is baiting. Not too much to fuck with there. Got some stuff. I don't want to like fuck too much with it right now. Here we are, my fat druid man. I need to go edit mode 1. Okay, I need to copy this, get that shit out of here. Okay, so that puts me in bear. Wow, that's a kind of cool bear mode. But that's not putting me in cat mode. I have one ability? What's happening?
Get it beyond the dude.
Didn't Mangle be usable in cat form at one point? This automatically puts me in cat form. I guess that's kind of cool. Burk skin. I guess we could go. This is bear only. What do I have in here? How did I have this before? Crash, swipe, shred. I guess this should be here. And then I should put Mangle here. Frenzied regeneration. Um, options, action bars, combat keybinds, extra action button, up, down, middle. Do I not have stealth? Level 13. Alright, I'm ready to feed. Feed me up. I got like 3 buttons. I can mark myself without leaving bear form. Interesting concept. Where's my... I'm in. Yak. Round. Alright. Timely goodie bag. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing, so here we go. Getting murdered. That went well.
Morgul cannot reclaim our rightful glory without these other clans are nothing. Pathetic clans are beneath you, my king. They sully the great legacy of our people. These other clans are nothing. You all, even the god you gave me in tribute can't keep these blessed beings from my palace.
It's all better.
The clan who brings me their heads will have my favor. Clan Kargesh will demonstrate why only the strong deserve to stand at our king's side. Impossible! Our might is the greatest.
So what does this do? This just damage.
Clan Good will show our king and the rest of you how hungry and hostile. Why we are the rightful assassins. We will
Dealing bleed. Stacks 3 bleeds. Okay. Does this Ironfur thing stack? I don't think so.
Who allowed these outsiders in our hall? Only Clan Hardback or Clan Carnage will stoop to such treachery. Only the dogs of Clan Gotha point fingers at others for their own failures.
Why is that?
The most desperate, it must have been
Oh, can only use outside. I see.
That Verpon is right. Only the honorless Clan Hardback could bring in a lesser race to do their bidding. You must betray us. A well-scripted exchange, but we are not fooled. Your clans are clearly in league with one another. For the glory of our king, our empire, we will put you all down.
Where do I go? So I have to make sure this Ironfur thing is up. I don't have to stack it. I don't know what these guys back here are doing. I don't know if they're hitting the wrong target or not. I'm gonna make sure they're on me. Things don't want to move. loot on. Ow. We did it, Reddit. We tanked a dungeon. Making 2 levels. I feel like I did terrible, but it's not like it matters. This stuff is easy.
Tell me of your travels. I hope to see you again soon.
Okay. Mall. Where's my bag? Nice bag.
I have many, many wares. May your feet find good trails.
Wild.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummles.
Bottle trader.
Come, let us parley.
You got, bud. Pontoon Pilsner. Oh, I've seen this guy already. Drop Anchor Dunkel. A dark malty beer with a mild caramel flavor. Oh, fucking the fucking brewery, dude.
It's good of you to visit all the anti-storm styles.
I am not Zack. I am Chen, Storm.
You're gonna ook me in the duker.
Crashing party.
He's gonna ook me in the duker.
Come on and get your hook on.
Guess I should be mauling this one guy. Ooked him. Count of brazen inebriation. 64. My item level will go up.
Are they? What are they doing to our elemental? Hey, hey, you! Those are our flying beer monsters.
Those are our flying beer monsters.
Yes, yes, so close. Just pinch it.
Oh, swipe doesn't cost rage. These buttons don't cost rage.
Too bitter. Just a drop of honey and a clean of sugar and maybe some corn. Yes, more corn. Yes, yes. No, 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 no. Yes. No. Peppers. No. Nothing will stop me now. Not when I'm so close. Maybe if I don't look at it.
Boom. Great job, team. We did it. What's this one do? Physical damage and armor. Dark skin duration.
Uncle God
Survival instincts. That's a shield wall.
in your care. What have
Chance to reset and mangle. Okay.
I have made a name for myself at last. I have proved perfection.
Oh, I think I forgot to loot the boss. Oh well. I got some shoes.
Francis, lucky do's and root.
Beware
Beware of
of Yeti. Where's auto loot gone? There. I have a shit ton of these. 4,480. What does that get you? What do these things get you? Time warped badge. Currency for a bajillion million things. The real question is, can I get a pet? Probably not. I mean, any pet that comes out of this is going to be not worth anything. Probably. Yeah, you know. Doesn't look good. Looks like it's all weird stuff. Oh, what's this? The fucking, alright, Gate of the Setting Sun. Does this automatically buff everybody? This guy's not buffed. I need this, like, iron fur timer right square and center in the middle of my screen. Like, he did not be looking all the way up there for it. Does not kill that stuff? Oh, I'm not mauling. I'm an idiot. What the heck? These guys are floating. Seem to be dying. Why these guys take so long? What's that guy doing back there? Out of smoke? Expect her to go.
Hurl your corpses from this tower!
Oh yeah, I remember this now. Oh my god, it keeps giving me boots and belts. Why does this seem like the wrong fucking way? It's because it is. Nice. Another fucking belt. What's happening? Survival instincts. You're back. Welcome back.
I have many lucky doos that you like.
I have a many lucky doos. Many lucky doos.
What I was doing, I was looking at my other monitor, and I was looking at the ship, the Dragon Isles, and I was looking at this, and then the ship like comes like this. I was like,
What? I think Mom had some adult candies. We'll put it that way.
May your feet find good trails. May your feet find good trails.
She was communicating to me about how the boat, you know, that the boat that you take between continents scared the shit out of her.
it's like 30 years old.
Why are you talking to me about the age life expectancy of cows right now? Okay. This is required information for everyone to know that the cow life expectancy is like 30.
And
I
if they're
have many wares.
Okay.
Farewell, friend of the
Get her some Taco Bell. Yep.
many deals for a friend of Grumbles.
I got the 2.4 and the 2.5 ready. Yeah, the 2.4 and the 2.5 are not really going to be the same. They're not going to be remotely the same. But we can do the 2.5. We've been waiting forever to do it, so. Oh.
Don't you walk away from me.
What's the matter?
No, what's the matter with me? No, it's not. This hug. Yes, it's either hug or peck deck, but I'm not at the gym, so it's hug. Why are you
Holy. All right, yeah. So the 24 is got an age statement, and it's not as hot as this, and it's got PX, and this is just the lore, so it's not quite the same. Why is there? Get out of here. Yeah, the other one is 10-year age statement, first and second fill X bourbon, barrels and quarter casks, and then finished in PX sherry butts and hogsheads. And this one is just the cask strength of the lore, but hogsheads, yeah, a hogshead is a barrel size. So basically, like a standard barrel is like a bourbon barrel is roughly 200 liters, and a hogshead is 250 liters. So it's like 25% bigger than a bourbon barrel, but it's not like a giant barrel. Doesn't sound safe to drink. Yeah, no, it's not aged in an actual pig's head. I'm actually not sure why it's called a hogshead. Do they store pigs' heads in it? The AI says that originally it was a ox head in Germanic, and somehow the English bastardized it into hog's head. But I'm not sure why it's called that. Why would it be called an ox head? No one seems to know why these barrels were originally called ox heads. Some people say there was an ox head put on the barrel so that you knew it was a bigger one, but that doesn't seem like a good answer. So I don't know the answer. Yeah, but this one is different. So this one is 59.6% alcohol of the lore cask strength. Now, we're not exactly 100% sure what the composition of the lore is. It's a non-age statement. A Frigg offering, usually it's at 48% alcohol. This one is 59.6% alcohol. And we don't know. We assume that the reason it doesn't have an age statement is there's some kind of like quarter cask things going on with it. And those quarter casks may or may not be like sherry seasoned. So we're not 100% sure what the barrels are. I don't think anyone really knows what the barrels are. Why is that going off? It just says it's 5 of our favorite cask types. Doesn't say what they are. So what can we guess? We can guess like ex-bourbon barrel. We can guess like ex-bourbon quarter cask. We could guess like sherry butt or sherry seasoned hogshead. We could guess like a sherry seasoned quarter cask. I don't really know. It says 5 casks. There could be some kind of... It could be a PX in there. I would doubt it. My gastroenterologist wouldn't be happy with me drinking something that high proof. Yeah, I can't imagine. But yeah, we don't know exactly what the barrels are. It's some amount of probably bourbon, sherry, and quarter casks. So it's not nearly going to be as fruity as the 2024 release is. I've never had the lore at regular proof. So, and the weird thing is in Canada, the lore at regular proof, 48% alcohol, is like $250. And this was only like $150. So I don't know how the math works out there. This is higher strength and cheaper. We're not sure how that makes sense, but here we are. I did read something about how the new lores are easier to make now. Like they got the same flavor profile with a cheaper method, and that's why this is cheaper. But if that was true, then the regular lore cask lores that came to Canada wouldn't be the same price. They would be cheaper, and they're not. So I can't explain the price in Canada. The price on the Lefroy website is the same price roughly as the Lefroy 10 cask strength. So they should be around like $150. But even this is like $150. So probably a great... These cartridges seem to be a great 99. Yeah, so you have to remember that we're dealing with a 40% exchange rate or something like that, right? So $100 for you is like 140 for me. But yeah, these seem to be a good value anyways, these cartridges. So we'll see how we get along with it anyway. This seems very loose, this wrapper. Look at that. I hope the cork's not loose. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Yeah, it really doesn't matter so long as the cork's not loose. But with a wrapper like that, you would want to seal it better than that if you were gonna like keep it long term and try to like get it auctioned or something like that. But can't imagine anyone's thinking that these days. It was only 140 and expecting high quality. Did you see the Macallan wrapper? I don't know if you were here for that, Grix. I have a Macallan 12 that was about the same price. And the wrapper was like, it's like, doesn't look like it's made to be opened. So for 150, you would expect something. A 150 special release, but look at this thing. It's not meant to be opened, you heathen. Yeah. This is from, like, there was a, Whiskey's becoming new Pokemon cards. People collect them as investments. People do that, yeah. Usually with Macallans. But this was like, this here, this where this like paper is, this was not the seal. This was like a sticker that had like one of those like polycode like images of the distillery and a serial number. Like they have on like new Mythic Rare Magic the Gathering cards. It was like a picture of the distillery with like some kind of like fraud prevention like thing on it. And this gold here, this top, this is the seal. It's not, it doesn't come off. But it's got this mechanism. Like a fake whiskey now. People will, they don't necessarily fake it, but what they'll do is they'll open a Macallan, they'll take the liquid out, and then they'll put like brown water in there or some shit, and they'll try to like reseal it and sell it back or return it or something. Especially with like an expensive Macallan. Like if you spend $1,000 on a Macallan, you could just take the liquid out and then put like brown water in there and then try to reseal it and try to return it. But I don't know if you can see this. It's not visible too much from like the inside. But if you look at the rim here, there's like a mechanism. I don't know if it'll focus well enough to see. But there's like a mechanism, this little black thing on the rim, where basically how it works is it's sealed, but as soon as you open it, you can't seal it again the way that it was sealed originally. So, there's no way for me to get this cork to like go back in, because you see this gap here? That's how you know it was open. If this gap's not here, then this like proprietary sealing technology is still intact. But there's no way to get this to go back in that these little grooves. It's some kind of proprietary seal where you know if there's a gap, it's been opened. It's not just a screw, it's like some kind of weird proprietary plastic mechanism. Once you open it, it's now worth $20 max, yeah. So yeah, this is what, you know, this is what you get from a distillery like this. But yeah, again, people do buy these, like buy the case and put them in a cellar somewhere. And if you go on auction sites, there's people who have like just regular old like 12-year-old Macallans from like 50 years ago. They're trying to get like 10 times their money for them. Anyway, instead we're working with loose wrapper and cork. Because this is a drinker's whiskey and not a fucking Pokemon card. So you like the cork? Smells like the Frog. Popped real good for me. I don't know. This actually looks like a pretty good cork. One of the things that you can tell about a good cork, actually, that I've noticed, is you see how this is actually not uniform. It's thicker at the bottom than it is at the top, so that it actually like condenses and forms a seal properly. It's actually not a bad cork at all. It sounds good when you have one like that too. Alright, so we got here. You're scared it's gonna break? Maybe you got a shit one. Sometimes you get shit ones, you know, is what it is. Let's piss this off a little bit real quick. Oh, that's sharp. I guess I pissed it off a little bit too much. Let's give that a minute. Do not piss off the whiskey and then go try to smell it. That's a bad idea. Do not recommend.
I have many lucky doos come you like.
I have a many lucky doos.
Farewell, friend of the Grumbles.
Do you have a many lucky doos? Oh, it's the Frog, all right. So what occurs to me immediately about this is it's not, the barrel impact is not nearly as aggressive as like you would get on the 2.4. It's kind of like super butterscotchy right now for me though. It's like that like campfire Lafroigy note, but it's like got butterscotch notes to me. It's got like a lemony character. Like campfire, butterscotch, lemon. This needs time to sit though. Got the lemon, yeah. This feels like it needs time to sit. Oh. If you nose it like really too aggressively, it seems sharp. Like, what's that? There is a vegetal component. Like, like a dirty green bean or like a pepper or something like that. But I mean like not like black pepper. I mean like a green pepper. The butterscotch is like mostly gone now. I don't know. I got it right at first, that butterscotch note, and it's kind of like gone. It's kind of all like campy, smoky, citrus, green pepper. Smelling pepper at first, but now I don't really get it. Yeah, you're gonna get some amount of evolution. Hopefully, if it's got any kind of depth to it. And with these like Lafroigs, I think like the longer you leave it, the more you're gonna have access to sweeter notes. It's like even now it kind of feels like it feels a little sweet to me. But nothing about this is like saying sherry cask to me. I don't know, like again, we don't know for sure what the barrels are. Let me just like ask the internet, is there ex sherry in Lafroig lore? AI says there's first fill sherry butts in here, but I don't know if that's true. This guy's review says it has first fill Oloroso sherry butts. So it could be that the blend of liquid doesn't like have very much of that. Like there's some Oloroso sherry butts, but it's like a very small percentage of the makeup. Or it could be that like the initial smoke off the first pour is so aggressive that you have a hard time finding that, or we might find it more on the palate. But yeah, I would agree. It's hard to get like a dried fruit note out of this. It's hard to get like a nuttiness out of this. And sometimes like, I don't know how to put my finger on it, but like sometimes you just like have this like feeling, this like sense that's like, oh, this is like sherried. I don't know how to describe that, but it's like sometimes it's just like it feels like, you know, it's like a almost like a toffee thing or something like that. But it's not, that's not hitting me right now. So we'll give her a try here. Lafroig Cartridge 2025 Lore Cask Strength at 59.6. We'll see how that goes down. Cheers. Oh, good mouthfeel to that. This is hitting real aggressive for me right now. But I'll tell you this. When you get into the finish of this, there's like a little bit of that like dark chocolate coffee thing. That to me like kind of like is normal what you would get from like a sherry butt. It doesn't drink nearly as hot as you would think. Yeah, actually the heat is like not bad at all. And that was also what I felt of last year's is it's really not that hot. There's a sweetness to the palate. It's way interesting. So the thing that occurs to me about this, is it kind of spicy? Yeah, maybe a little bit. This is way less like band-aidy and medicinal than I usually expect from Lefroy. Like I feel like I expect more like Band-Aid iodine kind of note, and this doesn't really have it. The palate's a little sweet, and you do get like a chocolate coffee thing in the finish around like where you would kind of expect it to be like more earthy and tarry. Like actually the peat character of this feels like a little subdued on the palate. Like this is not a full blast peated whiskey to me. It's not like super duper smoky. And like again, the more I'm getting into this, the more I feel like I get the sweetness. And I think these sweet notes are actually probably sherry related. Like there's that like that butterscotch again for me on the aroma. A little bit like mapley. Like the palate for me, it's like smoke, but then like a sweetness. And then you get into like the citrus, earth and tar, slight vegetal, but it's not a lot.
Good night.
Good night, buddy. Have a good sleep. What's it supposed to mean? The spice more of a peppery kind of spice. Yeah, it is. It is got a peppery thing to it. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say, I don't think I like it as much as I liked last year's, but I think it could use some time to develop on some of these complexities. I think the one thing that like I notice of this, and I think it's also true of the Lefroy 10 Sherry Oak, is some of the sherry characteristics in here I feel like they're overwriting some of the natural peat. And that's not my favorite profile, I guess. Like I would prefer if it was like additive, but it kind of like, it feels like some of this sweetness and some of this like sherried kind of coffee thing, it's like at odds a little bit with like some of like the tar medicinal notes that you kind of expect to get, and you kind of don't get them. Mouth feels really good though. It doesn't drink hot despite being almost 60% alcohol. Proof is very tame. Well crafted in that way. I'm getting more of that burnt log, more of that earth. But I feel like it's like, again, there's some kind of Oloroso sherry, like coffee and baker's chocolate thing that I feel like is a little bit at odds with the moment where you expect to get like some earth and tar, burnt log kind of impacts on the finish. And it just reminds me a little bit of that Sherry Oak 10 where like I feel like things were a little muddled together and stumbling a little bit. Getting some barbecue, yeah, I can see that. Like barbecue briquettes or something like that. Which to me, I usually say like creosote or something like that, but it's kind of like you were in the same world, right? However you want to describe that. It's really sweet though for a first pour. So what do they say on here? What do they say? Is it better on here? Maybe it's better on here. They say peat and sea salt. I mean, I don't find this that salty, but I think it's maybe because I just know of other whiskeys that are saltier than this. You could kind of describe most Islas as salty. Here you go. I'll let you have it.
Ooh, like this. What is this?
It's Lafroig Carchis Lore Cask Strength.
When I say I want smoky peated whiskey, this is it.
Yeah.
Like Lafroig in general.
Yeah. When I did the class, they say from Isla had that sea spray salty and I couldn't pick it up. Yeah, I think it happens more than others. I get more sea spray on Ardbeg personally. But you can get it on a lot of Isla peated whiskeys. Like anything that comes out of Port Ellen. I kind of can get sea spray, and most of the malt in here comes from Port Ellen. But Mom really likes it. But
Have you tried it yet?
yeah,
It's got like the bacony aftertaste.
yeah. But like again, sometimes I think it's stronger than others. I'm trying to think of what other one. Oh, Talisker. Talisker is not from Port Ellen though. To me, Talisker is really salty. What other ones are really salty to me?
This one.
You find it salty? Yeah, you could, and it's not wrong to think it's salty.
Salty, bacon, meaty.
But I didn't get salt on this one, but it is a common thing to get. You could give anyone any Isla peated whiskey and ask them if they could find a sea salt note, and some percentage of them will say yes, because it's a thing that you naturally get. Hello?
The front of it sucks. Get through it.
The front of it sucks, eh? You don't get like the caramel and stuff?
No, I just it starts with
Yeah, I think if you give it a minute, you'll get some of the sweet notes. This has some sweet notes in it. Okay, let's get you out of here. 80 points from a virtual masterclass on the Frig website. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of points on there, but I kind of just click every time they offer me a sweepstakes. That's kind of the only thing I do. Mm-hmm. You probably couldn't tell that was 60%. Oh, you could?
yeah.
Surprising.
That's what like the beginning when I say it's burning. It's like I just
Yeah, you might just not be as acclimated as me, maybe. To me, that does not drink like 60. That drinks like 48, something like that.
I couldn't tell you a number.
Yeah.
I could tell you a number, but it's not gonna mean.
Yeah. I put a drop of water. Yeah, go for it. I don't tend to care for water most of the time, but you know, see how it gets on with you. Cap has the same bottle. You can have more. You shouldn't have more. It's really sweet though to me.
Savory, delicious.
More smoke, tame the spice a little. Usually I find it gets spicier when you add water. I think it's not aggressively different enough that I would say it's like really standing out for me. Like it's really good, but it's got a good mouthfeel. It's got flavor intensity, but it doesn't have that wild and interesting thing going for it like the 24 has. Like the 24 is just so jammy and fruity and sweet and transforms the liquid in such a way, and it has such a good flavor definition. And this is like, again, it reminds me a little bit of the 10 sherry oak. Like the sherried elements step on the peat a little bit and it gets mumble jumbled a little bit, and it's not as clearly defined. I don't know what I would give this as like a cursory intro score. But I would guess this would end up like in the 70s for me. Whereas last year's was a 90. I was going to try a Redbreast tonight too in a little bit. Just need a palate cleanser. We probably should have done a Redbreast first. This is a kind of whiskey that beat the shit out of a Redbreast. You might have a hard time getting everything out of that. But your palate will be reeling a little bit. We never finished reading this. Peat and sea salt leading into a peppery palate with zesty lemon, lime, and sweet caramel. Yeah, see, I think the sweetness is clear. Delicate spiciness follows with cumin, clove, and ginger, and a powerful phenolic burst and sweet citrus conclusion. I'm not there on the finish. But I think it's pretty close to accurate on everything else. It's not bad, Grant. I'm still working through the peat and smoke, but 2-4 was better. Yeah, I think 2-4 was a better whiskey. But it's still really good, and I don't think it's bad for the price. I would like compare this almost to an Ardbeg Corey Brecken in that it has a really strong mouthfeel. It's a really potent version of this distillery's product. It has a little bit of something different going on with the barrel that like makes it different than a typical bourbon barrel expression. But it's not a transformative barrel effect. Instead, it's kind of like a high-powered Lefroy with a little bit of something different, a little bit of a kick. And that kick is kind of in the form of like a sweet, citrusy, peppery kind of thing. But again, it's to some extent in expense of the peat characteristics. Now watch on the lime and citrus. I don't know. I definitely get the citrus notes for me personally. Like, the palate for me is a mix of smoke, citrus, and sweetness. Like, there's way more sweetness on this than like your typical bourbon barrel Lefroy. Like your typical bourbon barrel Lefroy, it's like gonna be way more peaty, smoky, and like his next sub goal bottle, the Wall 39-year-old rope. No, no, I can't afford that. Like I said, I think we're gonna do Octomore. I think that's what we're gonna do for the next goal. I have to actually go get it though before I like promise you guys that we're gonna do it. But that's the plan right now, is to get an Octomore. I would like to get an old Lefroy at some point. But they're expensive. And it kind of doesn't help that they discontinued the 25. So I think 2023 or 2024, I think was the last years for the 25-year-old. So I'm kind of hoping I can get a bottle of the 25 before it like disappears. But you know, that's not a cheap thing. That's not a cheap bottle. I don't even know if I know there's one around here. I don't know if there's a cheaper one around. So yeah, the 30. This is the price for the 30. And what I think is gonna happen actually maybe is I think the 25 discontinued, but now they're selling a 30. But the 30 is like twice the price as the 25 was. So it's not great. Like this is kind of what I was kind of in for. And I think 2023 was the last year they made these. I don't know if they're around. Like I know there's some here. Like they're just more expensive. Yeah, here it is. They've had a bunch of these around for a long time. Yeah, no, I'm well aware. I'm well aware of the number here. But at some point you gotta have goals. You know? At some point you gotta have goals. And again, we talk about this sometimes, but basically like when you get this old with a peated whiskey, some of the esters of the smoke, after this amount of time, start to convert into fruit esters. So that's something we talk about a little bit about old peated whiskeys. So if you like have like a Laphroaig like this that's over 20 years old, it's not going to be very smoky. The smoke is going to be like a sooty kind of like across the bottom smoke, because some percentage of the esters or of the smoke gets converted into a fruit ester, and it also is really kind of like randomly becomes like all tropical fruity, because the things that in a younger Laphroaig are smoke notes turn into fruit notes after it's been in a barrel this long, by some chemical process that I can't explain. I just know that it happens like when those smoky phenols are in a barrel for like a super long amount of time. So like 20 plus years. Appearance bacon? What? Pale gold is what it says here. Oh, here, yeah. Appearance pale gold, nose smoked vanilla oak bacon. Taste pepper, green apple, peat smoke. So see this? See this note. You don't really get a note like this in a young frog. The only difference between this and a 10 is 15 years in a barrel. So this fruit note is a product of it being in a barrel for over 20 years. Cargus Lore, yeah, we did try the Cargus Lore. It's pretty good. It's not the 2024. But it's pretty good. Again, like I said, I compare it to like an Ardbeg Corey Vrecken. It's like kind of a similar whiskey. It's high powered. It's got like a bit of a darker, sweet thing going on that's different than the typical expression. So like kind of like the Corey Vrecken is like potent and darker version of the 10, and the 10's fresher. This is like a more potent and darker version of like a Lafroig 10. It's not as fresh. Good mouthfeel. Probably not as good a mouthfeel as the Corey of Reckon, but still pretty strong. I haven't had the standard lore, no. But it's pretty sweet. There's a good sweetness to it. It's just not like, again, it does some of that. Like, you know how I'm kind of disappointed with the 10 sherry oak, where like I feel like some of that sherry tramples on some of the peat and stumbles upon some notes and doesn't perform the best. It doesn't have that cough syrup medicinal thing that goes on with the sherry 10. It's not as sherried as that, but there's a sherry component to this, and it just like tramples over the peat notes a little bit. It's like the I'm missing the medicinal character of Lafroig in this bottle somehow. And the finish is like kind of like a sherried like coffee finish with like some barbecue burnt log. It's kind of like these things didn't really like become additive. They kind of like fought, and you kind of like get mostly this one, but like some of this is peeking through. It's not like clear and interesting and defined like you get out of the 24. So it's a great whiskey. Don't get me wrong. And that's like what I was saying earlier. Is like this probably scores like, I don't know, but it probably scores like in the 70s for me, like in the mid 70s. But it's not it's not a 90. You know what I mean? It's not like a mid 80s, almost 90. It's like mid, maybe high 70s. Which is great for the value, but this is a blend of different Lafroigs. So this is 5 barrels that we don't know for sure. But it probably has X bourbon barrel, X bourbon quarter cask, first fill sherry butt, and maybe sherry quarter casks, but like some other barrel that we don't know. It's definitely got sherry in it, and it's definitely got X bourbon barrels in it, and it's definitely got X bourbon quarter casks in it, and there's at least 2 barrels that I'm not 100% sure. And they don't divulge what they are. They just say marriage of 5 casks, non-chill filtered. But based on the taste, there's definitely sherry elements to it, but they're not very strong. So I don't think it's PX. I think it's like, it kind of tastes like an Oloroso sherry butt. Like it's like Oloroso sherry butt, like a tame, sweet, not raisiny. Like it's not dried fruit or raisins at all. Like it's not like first fill sherried hogshead. It's kind of like maybe first fill sherry butt in some small proportion with like the X bourbon quarter and X bourbon barrel. And I don't know what the other things are. I don't know if there's like some kind of weird wine barrel in this. Like, I don't know. Like you could probably, you know, if Madeira or something weird was in this, like I could see it, but it's not in a proportion that matters too much. The detectable notes seem to be like those 3 things. Enjoyed it, but it's not as much as the 24, yeah. So I had to retry the Oceanus Hibernicus. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. I couldn't find very much out about that one. Other than it was It was a Howler product. Yeah, that's what I was reading on AI too, is that Hogshead is an English bastardization of Oxhead. It's just not clear why they ever called them Oxheads. Some of the information says that they had ox heads drawn on them, and that's why they called them ox heads, to distinguish their size or something like that. But that doesn't seem like a great answer. You know what I mean? Like, why would they draw ox heads on barrels instead of some other thing? Or why was there were there barrels that are 250 and 200 in this era? You know, I don't know. Unless it's the kind of thing that some kind of like barrel company was like called the Ox Barrel Group, and they put ox heads on all their barrels, and it just became standard, kind of like, again, we called tissues Kleenex. It could be that. And then it became hogsheads because of an English bastardization, but we don't have a good answer how we came up with hogshead, but we just know it came from oxhead. But yeah, is it good? It's good. It's really sweet. Better than Lefroy Quarter, yeah. Better than 2024 cartridge, no. It's a great whiskey. I think it's one of those things where, like, I had high expectations, and it didn't quite deliver on high expectations. That doesn't make it a bad bottle. It just makes it not a phenomenal bottle. Whiskey Hall. Oh yeah, so we did go to the post office. They did have the thing. We can open that if you guys want. And then I'm gonna get out of here. But we can open that. Ooh. Yeah, so the it was already delivered to the post office, so they had it there. Basically the situation is nothing that gets delivered can be delivered, but this was delivered yesterday. So thank fuck. Redo in when the 2026 comes out and we get them. Yeah. I don't know if we got spoiled on the 2. I think we might have got spoiled on the 2.6. Did we get spoiled on the 2.6? Hold on. I think I posted about the 2.6, didn't I? Oh yeah, it's French oak. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what we know. We know it's French oak at 52.6. Coffee cherry sea salt is what it says. See if this delivers on cherry, okay, it's gonna be good. This is what this comes down to, okay? That word cherries. If there's actually cherries, it's gonna be Pog. If there's not actually cherries, it's not going to be Pog. Okay. I'll tell you that right now. When we get to this, there better be fucking cherries, or else it's not going to be Pog. All right, so we got some stuff. One of them you guys know, and the other ones are not that exciting, really. I mean, they're exciting, but they're not like... I didn't get anything crazy. But it's still new stuff. They sent them in these fucking egg cartons again, dude. You know how I don't trust these egg cartons. After that fucking shelter point like exploded in one. Alright, there it is. Okay. This is the one you guys know. There it fucking is. So much of a do about this fucking thing. These things been just, they just sell out fucking instantly. Here it is, the Kilcairn 12 from the Glengyle Distillery in Campbelltown. So this is the sister distillery to Springbank. So basically Springbank runs this distillery. It's basically like two distilleries. One of them's Springbank and one of them's Glengyle. And the guys who run Springbank run both. No effort, but it's a classic label, right? So this is, again, no big brands own this. It's kind of just like, you know, whiskey made the old school way. But again, this is a peated whiskey that is from Campbelltown, and Campbelltown is the hot thing in Scotch right now. It's hard to get Campbelltown whiskeys. We only have two. We have this Kilcairn, and we have this Longrow. So this one's from Springbank, and this one is from Glengyle. So again, this is the heavily peated non-age statement, 46%. That is actually from Springbank. And this one is a partially kind of a lighter peat. But this one has a 12-year age statement. Again, 46% alcohol. When this goes into stock, it typically sells out within like an hour. I'm in like a little Discord group, and everyone in Canada is looking at the websites. And when someone sees that one of these distillery bottles is in stock, they buy theirs and then post it to everyone. Like, hey guys, it's in stock. And typically by the time I realize that this has been posted, it's already sold out. But I did happen to get one of these, and it took them a long time to send it, but it's here. It arrived. As far as I know, it's just straight up expert and barrel matured, non-chill filtered, natural color. It's partially peated, and some people will directly compare this to Springbank 10. And it's probably up to opinion which one you prefer. Some people prefer this one, some people prefer Springbank 10. But probably still has like that Campbelltown funk thing, which I still don't know what it is, because I've never drank a smoky Campbelltown whiskey yet. But I got a couple. We got a couple. So that's the one you guys already knew about. What else is here? Okay, so high ppm? I don't think so. What's the Kilcairn ppm? So this one is around the same ppm that you would get like out of Highland Park. Ppm is, yeah, it's like basically when they smoke the barley before it gets made into mash in the washback, before it's fermented, they take a reading of how peated it is. So like Lefroy is like 45 ppm. That's how smoky it is roughly, but it's not 100% right because they take this reading before they even ferment the stuff. But the barley it's made out of is smoked to around 40 to 50 ppm. And that's similar with Ardbeg and similar with Lagavulin. These are all like 40 to 50 ppm. Highland Park is like 10 to 20 ppm, and that's like similar here. It's like around 15 ppm. Talisker is like 30, 35 ppm, and that's the same with Bamor. It's like 30 or 35 ppm. So it's like the barley they use, how peated it is. Octomore depends on the release. The 14.1 that I'm looking at is like 150 ppm, but there are Octomore batches that go up to 300 ppm. But that doesn't necessarily mean how peated the whiskey is. It just means how peated the barley is. So how much of that translates into how much peat gets into the whiskey, it's not necessarily proportional, but we imagine it's something like that, somewhat proportional. But, you know, again, there's differences in processes, there's differences in stills. They have to go through a mash and a fermentation and 2 distillations before it becomes whiskey. Now, this bottle of Anok Peat Heart actually has 2 readings on it. It says 34 ppm barley, so that's again what we're talking about right now, but also says 13.3 ppm whiskey. So they actually took a reading once it became whiskey. And, you know, it's something like a third. And if that holds through, then you can imagine it's roughly a third of the peat gets into the whiskey, but I don't know for sure. It probably depends on the processes in each individual distillery. But yeah, this is as roughly like Springbank and Kilkerran. They're like mid-peated whiskeys. They're not unpeated, but they're peated. There is a version of Kilkerran called the Kilkerran Heavily Peated non-age statement. It's basically the Kilkerran version of Long Row, where it's non-age statement, but it's heavily peated rather than medium peated. So Long Row is like the Kilkerran Heavily Peated version of Springbank. And this is like the Kilkerran version of like the Springbank 10, where it's partially peated. Springbank does have another whiskey they make called Hazelburn, which is an unpeated Springbank. I don't know if Kilkerran has an unpeated version. I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, Kilkerran. So here's one from a distillery that we have 1 bottle from, but we haven't talked nearly enough about considering how popular it is. Which is Glenallachie. The standard Glenallachie 12. This was in the 25 World Whiskey Awards named the world's best single malt. This is it, boys. It doesn't get better than this. This is the world's best single malt. Whatever the fuck that means. But it is, again, 12 years of age. No added color, non-chill filtered. Whose opinion? Whoever judged the World Whiskey Awards. and whether or not they got paid by somebody to say that. I don't know. And of course, it has that name associated with it, Billy Walker. That's what people love. People love that name, Billy Walker. And again, this is a sherried boy. Do they have bourbon in this, or is it all sherry? It doesn't say. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm guessing this is like super duper sherried. Color's nice. Yeah, this is probably like 100% sherried. Probably no bourbon in this if I was to guess. It's probably like all chocolate and toffee and raisins. So, and Glenallachie is one of these distilleries that their core, like whiskey, is a heavily sherried variant. This is their standard 12-year-old, again, 46%, not chill filtered, no added color, and probably first fill sherry butts. That would be my guess. Oloroso, yeah, I don't think there's PX in this. It says on the nose, dark chocolate, treacle, heather, honey with cinnamon, espresso, sticky raisins. And on the palate, marzipan with orchard fruit tones, followed by warming mocha, butterscotch, and grated nutmeg. Take with that what you will. But that sounds like a heavily sherried whiskey to me. So that's the second one here. And I have this, and I don't, you know what? I don't remember what this is. So we're going to find out together. I don't remember. I'm going to remember as soon as I see it, though. Oh, that's right. not that crazy. This is a bottle of Alberta Premium, but it is the Alberta Premium 9-year golden rye. So, an upper class Alberta Premium, I suppose. 9-year age statement. Canadian rye whiskey, 100% rye. So not your typical random Alberta Premium swill here. This is 45% alcohol, Alberta Premium 9-year age statement. Gold, why showing up in your tax bracket? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I've actually never had that plain Jane regular Alberta Premium, but this is again kind of like an upper level Alberta Premium. Again, you have age statement, 45% alcohol. Probably a good expression of the core whiskey that comes out of Alberta Distillers Limited. And maybe a better expression of Canadian rye. Again, we have some Canadian rye, but not that much. So, again, we have the cask strength of this, but I don't know how old it is. So here's again, a 9-year age statement. What does it say on the back here? Alberta Premium Golden Rye is a 9-year Canadian whiskey crafted from 100% rye. This liquid's extra time spent in 3 barrel styles. Infuses a bold, spicy rye character complemented by alluring aromas of caramel, leather, and coconut. Each sip reveals layers of raisins and molasses, culminating in a sweet, lingering finish. That sounds delicious. Let's see if it translates to reality. So there's that one. And just one more, which is brand new. A brand new distillery I've never had before. But everyone talks about it, says it's so good, you need to try this distillery. Except what I learned is that they no longer make peated whiskey, but you can still get peated whiskey from them. So we got to get while the getting's good, because apparently they've decided to no longer make peated whiskey. So here I have the Glen Turret. The Glen Turret aged 10 years peat smoked 2024 release. I guess they do these in releases. So this is a 2024 release, but I think 2024 is the last year that they're putting peat smoked on any of this. It could be related to how hard it is to get peated malt right now. I don't know. But one thing I will tell you is this is fucking heavy. This is a heavy fucking box. And we'll get out this bottle. This is a very iconic bottle, I suppose. This Glen Turret bottle. They've done a great job with their marketing, I guess. Everyone knows this is a Glen Turret bottle. When you see it, don't need a label. That's a Glen Turret bottle. It is heavy as fucking sin. I'll tell you that much. Like, it is really heavy. Look how thick the glass is here. Like, the liquid is only goes to here, man. But here it is. Yeah, the Glen Turret Highland Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, 10 years of age, peat smoked, 2024 release. At 48.4% alcohol. And of course, natural colored, non-chill filtered. We're getting into some of those highly revered. Look at the cork on this, man. Look how chonk that cork is, dude. That is a thick boy. There's a cool crest on the top there. And they released the tasting notes on this bottle say aromatic dried apple and citrus fruits. Peat smoke mingles with vanilla. Sweet fruit and darker smoke with a hint of sea salt meander to a warm, embracing finish. I just hear infinity amount of good things about this distillery. So hopefully we can get maybe some more of this before they don't produce peated whiskey anymore. Again, this is not the last year, I guess. Let's be clear. This is not the last year that they're going to release peated whiskey, but this is the last year I think they're distilling peated whiskey. Is 2024. So that means in like 10 to 12 years time, they probably won't have any peated whiskey left. But this is so heavy. This reminds me of the that cognac. What is it? The Larson cognac. That's like really fucking heavy. It's a really heavy, chunky bottle. But I do know there's some more of these around. We might see if we can get some more of these before they disappear. They're not terribly expensive, but everyone says they're great. So, give her a shot. See how you feel about it. Looks good though. I'm excited for the bottle pop from that cork. Man, I think it's gonna be like the Lafroy Cartus. It's gonna set an expectation that it's gonna be a fucking thick pop, and it's just gonna be like fine, and we're gonna be like, well, it was fine. There we go. There's the 4. So with that, thank you guys for being here for a random late night showing. I don't know that I'll be back tomorrow, but I might be. You never know. Actually, maybe. We'll see. It depends on depends on a few things. I have some stuff I gotta get done, but I might have time. Depends what happens. Wait a little more than it's Redbreast time. You gotta get that. You gotta wash that cask strength lower peat out of your mouth. it's gonna be a rough go. Gonna brush my teeth. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah. Till next time. Peace.